Hi guys, Leslie here again, and I've had a few people asking in the last week or so about hardening off your seedlings. So this is a process of getting your lovely little babies used to the temperatures outside. So if you've either been growing them in a greenhouse like what I'm stood in here right now, or like me, I've been growing them on a very sunny windowsill inside. So the temperature has been constant all the time, just over 22 degrees. So you need to gently be bringing that temperature down for them to be able to grow outside. So in the last week, since I potted my little cherry tomatoes up, I have left the lid off the propagator because they're all in their individual little pots like these ones. So I left the lid off the propagator, which meant that it kept them slightly cooler during the days as well. And then in the evenings I was popping them into the conservatory, which is cooler overnight in there. So that gives a bit more of an imitation of night and day for when they're going to be outside. And then the last 3 days I've since potted them up again, and I'm going to take you outside the greenhouse because I've got another little greenhouse outside which I'm using as a bit of a mini cold frame style thing. So what I did is, from the little pots that they were in, I've then potted them up into these. You can see they're doing quite well, and you've got this lovely greenhouse here, little one. So what I've been doing, as you can see, on the tray in there, and you've got the cucumbers beside. You've got something else up the top here that I'm trying to germinate at the moment. And during the day I open the greenhouse up so it's like this, so you can get the sun in on the plants and the air is circulating around well. And it's now, I think it's about 7:30 at the moment. I'm not quite sure because I didn't look at the time. I haven't got a watch on today either. So what I'm going to do is now cover them up so that it keeps them protected from the frosts if there is any chance of a frost, but it'll also help to keep them slightly warmer overnight. So if you do that too quickly, this process, put my teeth back in. This process can take between 1 and 2 weeks depending on what type of plants you've got. But if you do it too quickly, it can shock the plants and they'll either go into a plant check where they literally just sit at the same size for a couple of weeks, maybe a bit longer, and then once they've decided that the growing conditions are right, they'll start growing again. Or the worst case scenario is you put them out too quickly and they get too cold or too hot right quick and they die. So hopefully after I've done this for about another week, then I'll be able to, and once these little babies, the little tomatoes, have got bigger and they've got 2 or 3 sets of true leaves, which are the ones that come out when they're all different shapes rather than just the single leaf or strap shaped leaf that comes out from when they've first germinated. And hopefully I would say around about 20 to 30 centimetres tall, so a decent sized tomato, and by the end of May you should be able to have them outside, planted outside. One other thing I will mention, because I've just learnt this recently, is that in your greenhouse, if it gets above 27 degrees inside your greenhouse during the day, plants will stop growing. Now they'll either go into that plant check state like I talked about a little while ago, where they just don't grow at all, or they'll die, because above 27 degrees the transpiration rate, which is the amount of water that they release from their leaves, is higher than the rate that they can take water up through their roots. So this is why I very soon need to get either a sheet or some white paint and put over the top of my greenhouse, because today it's been 37 degrees in there, hence why I've not got the tomatoes and the cucumbers in there at the moment, because they would just wilt and die, which I really don't want to happen after putting so much love and care into this. So I hope I've explained that okay, and I hope it's been informative, and just let me know guys. Thanks. Smile.